We are on day number 9 of Bettering Our Marriages. Today's lesson is going to be taken from the book, 10 Minutes a Day to a Better Marriage. One of the most important fundamental principles of a good marriage is being able to communicate properly. There are times in every marriage when spouses feel that they are not communicating effectively with each other. The most obvious example is when couples are fighting too often. The frequency of the arguments is one of the best indicators that effective communication has broken down. In today's chapter, we're going to discuss how to express negative feelings constructively. A negative feeling refers to the feeling which we generally do not enjoy hearing from others. These feelings include anger, bitterness, resentment, annoyance, disappointments, and criticism. Negative feelings must be expressed in order for the couples to be able to adapt to each other's needs. Holding in all the negativity causes harm. They start to suffer in silence. The distance created may take years to overcome. Negative feelings have to be expressed in order for the couples to be able to adapt and adjust to each other's needs. Holding in all negative feelings will do more harm than good because tension starts to build up like the steam in a pressure cooker. We're going to use the following example between a couple in order to understand what we should and should never do. Aaron is a good example of someone who never learned how to express negative feelings without attacking. Whenever he was upset about something his wife Yocheved did or said, he would lash out at her with such venom in his voice and such rage in his face that she was terrified. The next day, he had so much shame and embarrassment, promising himself and his wife that such outbursts would never be repeated. One day, Aaron kept swallowing every comment that Yocheved made, which made him feel disrespected. Then, as he was standing in the kitchen, Yocheved stepped over the line, one more time, by criticizing him in a manner which he felt was very unfair. He calmly walked over to the sink, took the bottle of dishwashing soap, poured it onto the pot of spaghetti that was cooking on the stove, and stormed out of the house. Aaron mistakenly thought that he could maintain peace at home if he kept building up all the negative feelings. I'll just try to ignore her, he thought to himself. Since he had done such a poor job in expressing his negative feelings in the past, he thought the best response was to suppress his feelings completely. Many months after putting in the soap in the spaghetti episode, Aaron was still trying to pick up the pieces that caused their relationships to shatter. And Aaron learned the hard way that suppressing negative feelings is a poor substitute for learning that proper communication is very important. So what did Aaron do wrong? How should Aaron have communicated to Yocheved what was bothering him? We're going to learn 4 rules of effectively communicating negative feelings towards our spouse. Rule number 1, do not exaggerate. Aaron was in the habit of using the words always and never, which were clearly exaggerations. If Yocheved criticized him in front of the children, she was certainly not always doing it. Very often, she used to rebuke him in private. By exaggerating his complaints, Aaron always succeeded in causing Yocheved to tune him out. I don't always do that, Yocheved would think to herself, and that was the mistake that he made. Rule number 2, do not mind read. Nothing is more infuriating than to be told that someone else knows better than you what you're really thinking. Any assumptions you make about someone else's thinking are just guesses. Even if you're correct and accurate in your spouse's intentions, it is still offensive when you tell them, I know what you were thinking. Rule number 3, use more I statements and less you statements. A criticism which begins with the word you generally introduces a comment which can be perceived as an attack. For example, you don't show me enough appreciation for all the housework that I do. is a comment that can cause a lot of defensiveness. Yocheved felt that she did not receive enough appreciation from Aaron, and she was right. Aaron hardly ever complimented her, ever noticed how exhausted she was for all the responsibilities she had to manage. Yocheved could have also expressed herself and tell Aaron, I feel that I need more recognition from you for all the work that I do. Rule number 4, do not generalize. Be specific and provide examples. Had Aaron followed rule number 4, it would have sounded something like this. I felt very frustrated when you asked me to move the vanity into the bathroom. I wanted to help you, but I knew I had to leave shortly to make it on time for my lecture. What bothered me most was that you didn't ask me first if I had the time to help you. Have you asked me, I would have mentioned to you that I have a lecture to attend. But since you didn't ask me, I thought it had to be done right away, which made me feel that you were not considerate regarding my schedule. Certainly, there is no guarantee that if Aaron had spoken that way to Yocheved, she would have listened calmly and empathetically. But regardless of her response, the chances are that it would have not taken them 3 days to settle the dust from the fallout of that episode. Today's lesson is an important reminder that just like we have to know how to positively compliment someone, we also have to know how to do it when it comes to negativity. When there's something bothering you about your spouse, don't let things accumulate and build up and bottle up. It's only going to cause more frustration. Today's learning was Lilu Nishmat, Baruch ben Rosa.